This'll do.
Are you ready?
We like this game here. Look, it's Edmund.
How long will this go on?
Look, it's Jerry.
Which one of these no one
Honda's a relic. Honda was already the character they probably wouldn't have made in vanilla. They just made him because, like, you know, legacy character. And then they moved away from his kind of character design, his kind of gameplay design rather, with every new version. They moved, like, further away. What the hell punish was that? Low strong? Should've been, like, low forward to hard headbutt. Those combos are kind of hard. I think low short is a 2-frame link. Jerry is not very good at punishing that sort of thing. The entire basis of Honda's characters, you need like really far range punishes. Or a good zoning fireball game. Jerry doesn't really have a whole lot of far range punishes. And I think Honda can kind of navigate her fireballs unusually easily. Because one of his headbutts goes through her low fireball and one of them goes through her high fireball, if I recall correctly. That's true. A lot of SF2 characters need a very serious overhaul. Honda's probably the most extreme example of that. Honda's entire gameplay design is based on imbalance. I love her fucking EX Fireball as of Ultra. Yeah, hard to not die there. I hate Honda. I always just counterpick Honda with Ryu, which sounds really stupid, but it actually is like a counterpick. Zangief is a pretty good example of a fairly timeless character. Or Guile. Or Ryu. Or Sim. I would say that Blanca or Honda generally need an overhaul of some variety. Or DJ. Or T-Hawk. Faye is timeless. Kami's timeless. Chun-Li is timeless. Bison is pretty timeless. I put all of Shadaloo in the timeless boat, except maybe Claw. Claw got his overhaul, that's the thing. SF2 Claw was a relic that needed to die, but like, Claw has seen a lot of changes since then. And now he's become a fair and cool character. Sagat got the overhaul too, but less. They basically just made Sagat less stupid. That might actually work. That fireball has a lot of recovery. That was like a really dumb play. Sakura actually probably could have... No, she doesn't have 2 bars, so I was going to say F80C'd that. Claw still has some relic moves. This matchup is kind of shit for Honda. T-Hawk was very stupid in Street Fighter 4. He was never broken. In fact, he was underpowered for every single version. DJ doesn't really need an overhaul from ST, it's more that they failed to preserve his ST version, which was actually quite good. All special moves had purpose in ST. You have one move for like anti-airing, one move for like keeping away, One move for damage optimization and one move for like chipping and being annoying, chipping and badgering. He had 4 special moves with 4 very distinct purposes, and all of them worked really well with each other, and also with that ultimate goal. And they gave him a good capacity to zone or to like approach, although maybe not a good capacity to mix up. This is Leonardo. He's a really good Japanese claw player, but he's playing Honda right now. Makoto would break 5. Everything Makoto had is already fully themed around is busted in 5. Those you can combo out of would be extremely strong. Yes, I did finish Paper Mario. Dive kick, axe kick would be extremely strong. Full screen presence would be nice. Really good forward dash would be extremely busted. People are in a really high opinion about 5 right now. Every time a new character comes out, people are just glowing. Which is one of the reasons I really feel like the main issue is, not the main issue, but one of the biggest issues is just the fact that it's so small. If there were more characters, people would be able to tolerate stuff a lot easier. The problem right now with Street Fighter V is that a lot of people only have half-hearted mains. Or a problem right now. Which makes them less tolerant to other things. Clock and punish headbutt on block. Any version of headbutt on block with same medium kick. Situationally, you can get more than that. Yeah, Evo was a pretty good fucking moment. It's not even that top 8 was so diverse, although that was a big factor. Another really big part of it is that people are bitching a whole lot about the footsie components of 5, but the 2 like Evo winners literally won through clean footsies. The 2 Evo like top 2. You know what I mean? Was that a stand fierce? He wanted close fierce. Like people act like neutral is solved all the time in Street Fighter V. And then like the 2 finalists make it to finals because they have like the cleanest fucking neutral. Like that's definitely a thing, you know what I mean? Street Fighter V's launch reminds me so strongly of vanilla. I can't even emphasize enough. Literally everything that happened with vanilla's launch is happening with Street Fighter V. Except there's a lot more UI issues this time. I have like the perfect solution for 5's lack of defensive options. I've already said it before. We need KOF style backdashes. The problem with backdashes in Street Fighter 4 is that you had to adjust. 1, you could OS them pretty easily. But 2, you had to plan around them in a really stupid way, or not plan around them at all, depending on you know how your character dealt with them. We need an additional layer of the mix-up. not an additional OS button press. We need something that's like half. We need a halfway option, which is why I like KOF backdashes. You need to be able to say like, I can commit to only taking this much damage, but I don't want to take any more than this much. And then you also need to, as the aggressor, you need to be able to say, I'm going to do this thing and it's not going to be great against like one thing and it's not going to be great against the other thing, but it's going to be a good halfway and it'll also punish this third thing. Like having to catch a Street Fighter 4 style backdash would be too bad against someone who blocks or someone who reversals. It would just lose to both. Unless it was an OS and then it would just beat both. And both of those are not the solution. KOF style backdashes are frame 1 airborne, but then they're fully hit vulnerable for the entire animation. So, and because you're airborne, you're unthrowable, so it'll be a hard read against throws without taking a giant risk. Which would help to weaken throws and thus frame traps. And then if you get hit midair, you just flip onto the ground. And, like, you know, if it's like a meaty, like Akuma low strong that hit you, the Akuma wouldn't then be able to do stand forward and combo. He would just hit you out of the air. But, because you're airborne, moves that knock you down if they hit airborne would suddenly become kind of good meaties. There's a link there, he missed it. So like maybe if you didn't normally do some certain kind of meaty, but like it had a really good effect on an airborne opponent. Let me think of like a good example right now. Maybe like a Hadouken. Close range Hadouken. Maybe not close range, but you know. Geef Headbutt would be a really, really strong example. That's the beauty of it, it wouldn't affect Geef that much. Imagine if Geef Headbutt on a backdash just slammed them back onto the ground and then you have to deal with the Oki again. That's a good example of how it wouldn't break Geef to have that additional reversal option, but it would still make his offense a little bit weaker. But he would still have fun options to play around with. Geef's meaties basically wouldn't change. In the scenarios where he actually has a meaty towards Fierce. And then maybe you can still like follow the backdash if you're anticipating the backdash. I like that kind of option because it's so halfway. You wouldn't need to dramatically alter your playstyle, but you would have a few new things to make hard reads, and you would have a few new options to play defensive. It's like if you wanted to make a hard read, you'd still be able to, but you would be taking like a little bit of a risk too. But if you didn't want to make a hard read, you could still do the things you were already doing, and they would just be okay. They wouldn't be strong, they wouldn't be weak. A shitty version of USF4. What the fuck does that mean? It's just regular as USF4. If you're trying to get a gag on Street Fighter 5. Dan was like... Dan improved every version. He was still bad by Ultra, but he was very slept on. Was he good? Probably not. But he was very slept on. Why does it look bad? It's just normal. It's arcade footage. Let me see if I can increase the res a little bit. There you go. Res increased. HD boys. Alright, let's go back to 480. They look the same, but... That's an interesting idea, Plum. A 1-bar wake up where you're just invincible, but you can't attack. They'd have to do something to make it so it's different from just like, you know, waking up. So that it wasn't just moving the wake up window. Maybe make it so you could attack. They'd have to make it reactable though. I think spend 1 meter, wake up 1 second later, and allow you to attack, like, and be fully invincible and attack while fully invincible, but the opponent could react because it takes a second. And just, they would know to block. That would make Eve insane, actually. That was a car throw. Oh, he dropped it. It looked like he went for the link, but he should have gone straight to the DP. No link. Well, he should have linked it to the DP rather than going for a normal. This is still super hard for Sakura to win. Devilry is actually a fairly easy character to make a comeback against because low health, low stun. Yes, I've played Abigail. In fact, I had several Abigail uploads over the last couple days. Whatever new defensive option they add, I feel like it should not be without... You should still be able to hard read that defensive option. It should just usually be bad to hard read that defensive option. Yes, Abigail Cup is tomorrow. I do have to plan around it a little bit because I have to go pick up my car from a dealership, which is pretty far away. Which is, by the way, a giant nuisance. My car got sent in for repairs today. It was expensive. I should go to sleep pretty soon. I wake up at 8:15 on Friday. I should get into a habit of being ready to wake up at 8:15.
It all comes down to this. Fight!
Fuck my life, dude. They got me working 8:15 to 2:15, and then the very next day, I'm working till midnight. Why do they do that? I don't want to work fucking morning-ass shift and then an evening-ass shift. My car had a maintenance light that turned on. Cars were never bugs. Car throws were bugs. Cars are an input repairing fixture that allows you to do some kind of buggy stuff. Is that a taunt? Yo, he dropped his combo. American reset.
And the battle continues. Fight!
Aquaman got hit pretty hard. I'm not sad. He'll probably still be alright. He's a kind of uninteresting character. It's okay to have at least one uninteresting character in every fighting game though. Aquaman was the resident uninteresting character.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
His EX from the deep no longer launches. At all. Which means you've got to do the fucking Trident Scoop EX if you want to get like combos. Trident Rush also does apparently less damage, but similar block damage. I think way less damage and slightly less block damage. Losing an EX move launch is a really big deal. Aquaman's Trident Scoop was quite a bit shittier than his EX from the deep. To the point that literally no one ever used Trident Scoop ever. I mean, Aquaman is to some degree balanced around EX Trident Rush. I like that they didn't remove that. Even the on-block version. They could have done that. But I feel like that would take an overall bigger change to the character. Hit him midair. Ah, oh, dropped it. That's like a 3-frame link too. When Sakura players drop their easy-ass links. When Sakura players drop their hard-ass links. I'm pretty sure Sakura stand jab to crouch fierce is like a 5-frame link. It's like +7 into 4. Which I guess is a 4-frame link. Stand jab, stand fierce is 5 frames. Stand strong EX stomp. I thought I was the only player who ever used that. Oh shit, the taunt. Oh shit. Another one. Crouch light punch I think is +6. Crouch heavy punch is 4. So that one's like 3-frame. Imagine having a 5-frame link into a heavy. That's like a 90 damage heavy too. Oh no. I don't know how this shit works. Nice. Chun was actually technical in this game. I lied, she's still technical in 5. It's a different kind of technical. She was more technical in this game. Wow, it boxes. Nice. Damn. Of all the things I don't miss about Chun, I don't miss lightning leg loops. That was like the biggest thing that turned me off the character. Was lightning legs. That's curious that he went for EX Bird instead of Ultra when Ultra was gonna kill. There's good technical and there's bad technical in my book. And in my book, Chun-Li's lightning leg loops are bad technical because they're very execution heavy in a way that isn't really. I mean, it is learnable, but like I don't know. I feel like it's beyond some players, including me. And then it's also technical in the sense that it fucking works on some characters and not others, so you need fucking different loops based on which character you're hitting and whether you're hitting them standing or crouching. Damn, Chun players in Street Fighter V act like their fucking anti-airs are shitty. And non-Chun-Li players in Street Fighter V act like Chun-Li's anti-airs are busted. Which is it, damn it? The strike character specific stuff is bad always, but in third strike it was a bit more manageable because the roster was tiny. This game has a 45-man roster instead of a 19-man roster. That's over double.
Are you ready? Fight! The fight is officially underway. Gods will determine who is the strongest once and for all.
Huh. That looked deliberate. And yeah, I can't imagine why you would do that on purpose. The OS. Chun-Li's backdash is pretty good. The problem is Chun-Li gets out anyway. Even when you OS it. Nice link. I really like the notion of using crouch first to stay extra deep and then getting a link out of lightning legs because of your extra deepness from your cancel. Fortunately, they actually preserved that in Street Fighter V. That's like the only part of lightning legs I like. Chun-Li's level 1 and level 2 focus attack are both plus if I recall. So after them she can do her Hazanchu. And Hazanchu is unthrowable and also punishes crouch attacks.
It all comes down to this. Fight!
Interesting link. He went for the stupid damage. You can see Ryu was hanging back looking for the wall jump. Ryu was definitely better off like waiting and blocking at the end of that last round. He played that well. After he got re-cornered, he had to be super careful about Ultra 1. Chun-Li's Ultra 1 is really scary when you're in the corner. That was like entirely the wrong combo. That would have killed with almost anything else. The XDP should kill, and it did.
Let's get started.
This fucking Ken outfit. It's so bad. This was like the inspiration for Street Fighter V Ken. Capcom was like, wow, we can make a really dumb Ken if we want to. Counter pokes. Remember those? Ken has had lots of good outfits. Remember Cowboy Ken? Remember fucking Eagle Ken? Deliberately forgetting Eagle Ken. Eagle Ken is one of the best outfits in all of Street Fighter 4. Hipster Ken is also excellent. Alpha Ken is the best. I think that's pretty much true. That autocorrect. He's running Ultra Double. Ultra Double Ken is a very, very strange pick. I kind of get it. It makes a little bit of sense to me as a Ken expert, which I am. That should have been EX for sure. That was worth the bar. You get like 100 damage return on that. Interesting. He made that meter look really good. Yep. Yep, he made that meter look really good. So the thing about Ken is that he doesn't really get that many setups for either Ultra. So if you run Ultra Double, you can accept that your Ultra combos are not going to be very strong, but at least you can take, at least you're way more likely to find an Ultra setup at all. Ken's Ultras are pretty strong, but very picky to actually land. Psycho Koryuken. All of Dan's stand kicks are -2, except Light, which can be -2 or better depending on how it hits. I'm actually not sure if it's ever -2, to be honest. It can definitely be plus if they like duck or get hit deep. But medium, heavy, and EX are all -2. Dan is like Laura without the command grab. That was really, really, really dumb. It worked though. EXTP for the kill? Not even. Went for the cross up. That anti-air Ultra 2 is like good against characters who can't alter their jump arc, but he was fighting a character who not only can alter his jump arc, but had a good reason to do it there. Like even before he'd already committed, so he couldn't do it. But like even if he didn't, even if he already committed, he could have already committed to a Dan kick. Interestingly, Dan actually had a command grab, 1 in the game's code, and 2 in Omega Edition. Dan was designed with the idea of giving him a command grab, but then they didn't have the balls to go through with it. Bet you didn't know that. Dan has a fully designed command grab in the game's files. That's an overhead.
It's the battle of the century. Fight! How long will it go on?
Dan with command grab would definitely have been a lot stronger. They were afraid of him being like high tier, I think. The command grab has a pretty godlike animation too. As Dan grabbing you and throwing you on the ground, and then the EX1 is him standing on your like shoulder blade after throwing you to the ground, and then like grinning at the camera.
Pick up the pace. Fight!
I actually played this matchup a shit ton as the Ryu. One of my main friends playing this game played Rose, and most of the time I played against him I was maining Ryu. He had a combo there. He got counter hit EX Fireball on a cornered opponent, and he was close enough that he could have gotten another EX Fireball. I really like Octopus Hakan. Once I got the animal costume pack, I like couldn't take it off. Bulldog dub was pretty great. Ryu was a wolf, I think, which is kind of weird because Ga was also a wolf, even though they said that no one would have the same fucking alt. Ibuki's bathing suit is so good. Is that the sporty one? I guess Gal could be a dog or a coyote. Gal being a coyote makes sense, I guess. Coyotes are American. Damn, Boos. Cold. That game raises you and then you just fucking turn your back on it. It's just the best outfit. Wow. That was like fucking, oh my god. Rookie tricks, dude. That was some Super Silver shit we just saw. That combo. I can hear Street Fighter V for you crying. Honestly, I feel like most of Street Fighter V Ryu could be patched up just by giving him a better low forward. Although my actual wish list includes making his stand forward into a towards forward. And then giving him a stand forward as well. In Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter 4 Omega Edition, Ryu could use medium Tatsu to hit crouching opponents. Wouldn't it be nice if one of Ryu's Tatsus hit crouching opponents, and otherwise you wouldn't use that Tatsu? I feel like that's actually one of the biggest defects of Ryu was how shit he becomes once the opponent's crouching. That's true, there's no precedent. That linked. With the right combo, he actually could have killed there. The combo was low short, low jab, link light DP, and then super from there, and then juggle ultra. You use light Tatsu to juggle super. Same as now. That was intended to be an autocorrect DP. Okay, this Ryu's a nut. That was a good OS though.
What will happen now? Fight!
He because it commented, "Lol, SF5 is lame as fuck." I gotta sift through every single fucking comment. Was that low forward, low jab? Did he just link that? Bro says a 3-frame low jab. Wow. That doesn't look good. He didn't get it. That does struggle. But he was not point blank. And you kind of need to be close. I like how you brought up 3 of the 4 alpha characters. I seem to recall all of them were altered quite a lot. When are they gonna add Guy? Cody and Guy. Oddball characters to return. Street Fighter 1 characters is actually a super good pick. Someone like Geki. I want to see the return of Joe, damn it. Retsu would actually be the go-to, to be honest. Of all the Street Fighter 1 characters to bring back, Retsu would be the best one by far.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
Dude, bring back White Birdie and just be like, hey, these two aren't even the same character. And then bring back Muscular Birdie too. And just be like, hey, this is 3 different people who all have the same fighting style and name, but that's just a coincidence. Fat Birdie has always worked for Kareen. Claw basically Geki maybe. Retsu is the Shoto Master. Neat.
Will the tide of battle turn? Fight! You ready?
He had a stronger combo there. Nice combo. He had a super to kill. He didn't believe. This is so hard now because he's dead to a block string at the super. Why that? I know he was gonna FADC it, but like drill into super was so much better than that. This is probably gonna be the last one I watch before I go to bed because I'm pretty tired. I've gotten a lot better at fighting games even since my Street Fighter 4 days. I think that when I look at like Ken and remember the Ken combos I used to do. They need an update where they add all 3 of the fucking code holders at once. DD and Rook. Luke. And Ingrid. The code holders, dude. Ingrid's one of the code holders. Wow. Ken got ripped off. Shake my damn head, people don't know about fucking Luke and DD. They're like both cooler than Ingrid. Alright, time out while I find them.